All right, we are live once again. We have Jodi Bellam back from the Blue Hug joining us. We wanted to come on and be a little more specific and talk about the challenges and the stresses and how uncomfortable it can be when it comes to bathing a senior and what the loved one has to go through with that. So, Jodi, welcome back.
Hey,
How's the world treating you today?
wonderful. How are you?
Doing good. Do you need a blue hug?
I do. Every time I see somebody out and about, they're like, "Give me a blue hug," and they hug me.
Exactly. We all need a hug.
Yeah,
But anyway, wanted to come on and just kind of share some of your experiences and really what led up to the Blue Hug, because I know that it's been talked about. But let's get back down to the importance of having dignity, right? Because
right.
my mom and my dad, and at their age in their 90s, when you're faced with, hospice coming in, et cetera, giving them baths or whatever, it's easy to overlook how embarrassing that can be, right?
Yeah,
And there's plenty of how to videos out there. Someone can go do a search and show the actual tips of how to bathe a senior, but no one talks about doing that with dignity, right?
right.
So kind of explain a little bit about, again, you creating the Blue Hug and what led to that.
Well, what led to it was phone call after phone call of family members just voicing their concerns that their loved one that lives with them, and they were taking care of their loved ones, not necessarily having caregivers come in, would refuse baths.
Mm,
And so I had talked to this one guy and I told him that I was going to go look and see if I could find any kind of product out there that could possibly help him get his mom in the shower. And I had been thinking about this over time, over all the years that I'd had my home care agency. I'd been thinking about, I want to create something that covers people up and gives them their dignity,
hmm
so they're not so embarrassed. Because I promise you that's 85% of why people don't want to take showers.
Right.
And the other percentages are they're cold and they have dementia and they're terrified, because whoever's giving them a bath, half the time they don't even know who it is. They don't remember them from one day to the next. So you're always taking your clothes off in front of a stranger in their mind.
Mm.
So they just don't want to do it. So I had just done a lot of research and I couldn't find any garment, any product, anything in the whole world. There was nothing. So I just started working on it.
And here it is.
And here we are.
Something that I don't think we think about as well is how everybody would give someone a bath or a shower differently, right?
Right.
Some people could be a little rough and not know it.
They are. And I've heard that
So yeah,
complaint.
so you sit there and your loved one's complaining, you think they're just complaining, but you're like, well, how are they actually bathing them? How are they treating them, et cetera?
Mhm.
And they're embarrassed enough. And like I said, maybe they're cold or whatever.
Right.
But let's go ahead and let's bring in and let's watch a video of the garment in action so people can see the difference between just having a shower with nothing protecting them. And let's watch the demo, and you can kind of talk through it as it goes,
Okay.
and add any tips that you want to.
Well, we were talking today at a meeting about, we were at a hospice company, and I was talking to this one lady, and she was talking about her mom and how she has dementia
Hmm.
and that she refuses to take a shower,
Right.
and the family's trying to take care of her. So she's going to get her one for Mother's Day. And she said she
Okay.
thought that that would be a great Mother's Day present. So here
Right.
you can see the caregiver. They just take the water wand and just soak the whole garment down really, really, really good with warm water.
And that's
And it,
neoprene, right?
yeah,
Like a
neoprene,
wetsuit.
like a wetsuit. So it just fills up with water. It's like a spongy fabric.
Hmm.
And here is where it starts keeping you really warm. I can't tell you the sensation, of what this feels like It's just so literally, it's really, really comforting. It really
But
is.
just like right now with the water on the, if that garment wasn't on, it'd be getting cold already.
Right. And that's the problem with people with dementia too, is they don't like water beating on them.
Yeah.
It's a sensory thing. They don't like it. And so
Right.
this way, even with anybody, like a cold like somebody who's really teeny tiny and frail and they're really cold,
Yeah.
they'd have to sit there like this, soaking wet, and see the shower curtains open.
Yeah.
And when you take a shower, you want the shower curtain to be all closed up to keep all that warm air in. Well, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah. The
open.
steam and everything. Yep.
Yeah, it's just open. In these big showers at assisted livings, and even a lot of people are getting them in their homes now that have the floor where you can just walk. You don't
Yeah.
have to
Just,
step
yeah.
over
Don't have to
anything.
step over. Right.
So it's just all open. You
Yeah.
know. So then here it's just talking about that put the shower head inside the garment and really rinse the client off. And
Mhm.
again, the whole time that garment is staying wet.
Yeah. Because even the back example is still warm.
Right, exactly. And because the way neoprene works with your body, your body keeps the neoprene warm. The neoprene keeps your body warm. It works together. It's not
Mm.
like, because see, a lot of people use towels in
Right.
assisted livings. If somebody wants to be covered up, they'll put a towel over them. But once you stop squirting that towel with water, it gets cold
It gets
immediately.
cold. Yeah. And
Yeah.
heavy.
And yeah, and heavy. So, and then this is showing how if somebody doesn't want um to actually take the garment all the way off in front of their
Right.
caregiver, they can help them move the towel up and cover them up.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's good.
And then they take it off and then they lay it back and then they'll just leave it there and get the client, with her robe on, seeing how she kind of just stayed covered up.
Right.
So that's nice. And then you come back and rinse it off and just let it hang in the shower.
Okay.
So it's easy to take care of.
Well, that's definitely dignity along with showering. I mean, because
Mhm.
it's like you're not just bare, so to speak. But what's been some of the feedback that you've gotten from people that have used it? What's some of the main?
I mean, it's just doing what I made it to do. It's amazing. And when I hear the stories, it just makes me tear up and I know this sounds like melodramatic or whatever, but it literally changes everybody's lives that
Mm,
are involved in taking care of that person.
yeah, and
Because it's just
it's
stress.
actually probably more comfortable, like for the person
It
giving this,
is.
right? So you don't feel as invasive, so to speak, or whatever.
Right.
But what would be one of the main things you would want people to really understand, right? To where I'm sure there's everybody, oh, I love that, right?
Right.
And then getting them to try it. Have you done any demo type opportunities or let someone try it? Is that
Oh,
something
yeah. Yeah, we let lots of people try them in return for testimonials
okay?
when we first started, just so we could, get the word out there and let everybody see how they liked it and get some feedback that we
Right,
could put on our website.
right, okay,
And I mean, there's people in assisted livings who they refuse to let the staff bathe them,
mm,
and now they're fine. They let them bathe them
wow,
whenever they need to.
yeah,
It really works. It really, really alleviates, the problem.
yeah. I can definitely see where it would be. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody bathing me, right?
Well, and we were at that big expo yesterday in Cobb County, and we're talking about that. People would come by the table, and a lot. I mean, these especially ladies, they'll look at it and they make a face like, "What is this?"
Mm,
And I have this big sign, and then I'll start explaining it, and they're going, "Oh my God, that is the coolest thing. That is so great. And I wish I'd had this when my mom was around."
right,
And tons of people say that. But my mom was with me yesterday. She was helping me at the expo. And I told this one lady, I was like, she's one of the reasons why I created this, because when she gets to where she's going to need help, neither one of us need to be in that situation.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I
Yeah,
don't do that to her.
yeah,
I just think it's awful. I really
yeah,
do. I just think it's just sad. And like you said, it is just as much for the caregiver as it is for the
yeah.
person wearing it.
Well, I mean, if I had to bathe my father, I would actually prefer,
Sure.
that he had something on,
Right.
and all. But yeah, just appreciate you jumping on, because I want to see this, and it is going to succeed, Jodi. It is a phenomenal product, and I think it's just a matter of getting more and more eyes on it,
Right.
and people, to come across it and see it, to be able to make a difference. Because this whole journey with us both being in this space, there's so many needs in this senior world in all these different categories, that it's nice to see someone like yourself stepping up, taking the risk, and being led by your heart to come make a difference into other people's lives. So obviously, people, is it the best place to just order directly from the website?
Right. And
Okay.
there's a size chart so you can figure out what size you need to get.
Okay. All right. But yeah, just wanted to have you come on and do this quick little overview and show the example and try to get more eyes on it. And I appreciate you taking the time to jump on here with me.
Oh,
And I
sure.
look forward to the Blue Hug being all over the world. Really, I mean, think about it. You're not limited to a
Right.
country. Everybody's getting old.
Everybody's getting old everywhere.
Either you die or you get
Yeah,
old. But
that's true.
Jodi, thank you so much for jumping on here, and let's see if we can't get out there and make a difference in more people's lives. So until next time, we will see everybody on the next show.
Thanks.